everyone, I am Sheila Selvam and welcome to our new grammar lesson. Our topic for today is letter writing. Let's learn what is the history of letter writing. In ancient times, letters were written by kings or other important people to pass messages because the normal people were not able to read and write. Education was the privilege of the few people who were in power. So, to pass on their messages, the messengers would take letters on horseback or on foot, and they had to travel for many days to pass these messages. Now, in those times, naturally it was dangerous for people to travel on foot or on horseback to far off places. So, these messengers used to get attacked, therefore, many countries started using pigeons to send messages because these messengers were getting attacked and killed. Now, why pigeons? Because pigeons have a natural homing ability. They are able to find their homes. The pigeons were transported to a destination in cages, and then what they would do is they would tie up the message to their feet of the pigeon, and then the pigeon would be allowed to fly. Naturally, this pigeon would go back to its home. Now, the pigeon was trained to go to a particular place. So, the person who wanted to read the message would come to that place and take out the message. Now, it seems that the people from Egypt and Sumeria, they were the first ones who started writing letters many thousand years ago. Now, why would people write letters? They would write letters to pass on their secrets, or they would want to share their feelings. So people were writing letters. Even when we were young, we used to also write letters. But for you today, letter writing is a little boring and it's not necessary because you have the telephone, you have WhatsApp, you have email, you have so many other ways of passing messages which are going immediately. But when we write letters, it used to take time for people to get the message. Now, in May 1840, Great Britain introduced the first postal delivery service. That means some person would put his letter in a box and the postman would come and take it, and then it would go to the person it was supposed to go. That's why it was important to write the address properly on the envelope. Now, we are going to learn two types of letters, the formal letter and the informal letter. Now, why do we write formal letters? Formal letters are written to complain or to ask for permission or to say thank you. So, formal letter has a certain pattern and there is a formality to it. It's not written to a friend, therefore it has to have a certain kind of language used. So, when we write a formal letter, we write the sender's address on top and the date. We should not forget to write the date. Sender's address means the person who is writing the letter, his address has to be written. Then we write the receiver's address and then we write the subject of the letter. Why we are writing the letter? The reason we should write. Then we put the salutation. Salutation means dear sir, dear madam, or respected sir or respected madam. Then we go to the body of the letter. So first we do the introduction, that is why we are writing the letter. The main reason why we are writing the letter is the second paragraph, and then we conclude. We write the conclusion and we hope that the person addressed will do the necessary thing. Then we close the letter by writing yours faithfully or yours sincerely or yours respectfully. We should not use the word lovingly in formal letters. And then at the bottom we write your name and you put your signature there above your name. Now you can see there's a sample letter on the right of the page. You see we have addressed to the principal. Your address and your date is on top there. The principal and to which place, to which school that we are writing, to Shri R.G. Bajaria, and then we put the subject, and the subject is an expression of thanks for the textbooks given. Now we start with Dear Madam, this is to thank you for arranging to distribute the textbooks to us during the COVID-19 situation. Now, this is a recent situation, therefore, I have used this situation. It should have, it would have been very difficult to study and to follow the lessons that the teacher is sending by our teachers without referring to textbooks. Although the textbooks are available online, it is very difficult to access and use them. The textbooks allow us to do the exercise given after every chapter. We can also practice our reading. This also enables us to read the lessons multiple times to understand the concepts. Thanking you sincerely, and at the bottom we write the name of the student, and the blank space there is for your signature. Now the next slide we will go to is the informal letter. The second type of letter is the informal letter. These are personal letters. You write to your friend, you write to your relative. Okay, so here we do not have to write. Now you see the pattern here is different. You always write the sender's address and the date on top. Then we write directly, we write dear friend or your relative, like you say dear uncle, dear aunt. You do not have to write subject in this letter. Then you write the whatever you want to write, you write. First you have to start with asking about their health, and then you end it with salutations, your lovingly, your loving friend, your nephew, your niece, whatever you want to write. So here I have a question for you. Write a letter to your uncle telling him about how you spend your days during the lockdown. You have to mention that you are having online classes, and you have to finish by giving regards to your aunt and your cousins. Remember, you are writing a letter to your uncle telling him about how you spend your days in lockdown period. Thank you. Now here is a saying, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. This is a saying by Mother Teresa, who is also a saint now. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Be safe and be clean.